Hello, this is Dr. Emmanuel Toye Shobande. I am a strategic leadership expert, executive coach, conference speaker, and award-winning author. Welcome to the Leadership Factory. The Leadership Factory is a platform where we offer creative insights and solutions to businesses and leaders. On today's episode, we are discussing the topic, the crisis of the hyper-competent leader. Why your strength is becoming your liability. James, a CEO I've advised for years, sat in his meticulously organized office, staring at a quarterly report filled with green arrows and bullish metrics. It was the silence that finally broke him. His leadership team had just filled out another efficient data-rich meeting, yet the air buzzed not with triumph, but with a sterile quiet. We are hitting every target, he confessed. His voice was dull. So why does it feel like we are running on fumes? Why does no one bring me the real problems anymore? You see, James is not failing. He is the epitome of the hyper-competent leader. Brilliant, decisive, relentlessly capable. He is quietly becoming his organization's greatest bottleneck. His very strength, his ability to see solutions, to optimize, to control outcomes, has engineered a system of brilliant dependence. His team brings him puzzles, not mysteries, because they know he will provide the answer. In doing so, he has inadvertently silenced the collective intelligence he so desperately needs. This is the central paradox of modern leadership. You will recall our last conversation explored the shift from control to containment, the art of managing energy and pressure within a system. This week, we must address the core engine of that system, your cognitive stance. Why? Because the data is unequivocal. A 2024 study in the Journal of Organizational Behavior found that leaders who default to a solution-oriented posture in complex situations see a 40% higher rate of team disengagement and a significant drop in proposed innovative ideas. Your team's cognitive surrender is not a sign of respect. It is the canary in the coal mine of organizational stagnation. When you are the perpetual answer key, you train others to stop thinking. You are not leading a team, you are managing a fleet of satellites, all waiting for your signal. Let us deliberate on the contrasting architecture at Pixar. Let's talk about Ed Catmull, who didn't just build a culture by having all the animation answers. He built a brain trust where the sole currency was forthright question-based critique. On the other side at Microsoft, Satya Nadella's first and most transformative act was not a strategic pivot, but a cultural one, shifting the fundamental question from who is the smartest to who can learn the fastest. This is not a call for indecisiveness as a leader. It is a strategic recalibration from being the primary solver to becoming the chief architect of solving problems. Your role is to design and safeguard the conditions under which the best ideas, including and especially those you did not conceive, can surface, collide, or evolve. So, how do you dismantle the architecture of dependence without collapsing into chaos? We must adopt a discipline I call intentional inquiry. This is not the sporadic, any questions thrown at the end of a monologue. No, it's none of that. It is a structured, humble, and relentless practice of replacing declarative statements with catalytic questions. It requires moving beyond the superficial and fostering a psychology of shared problem ownership. Begin by diagnosing the unspoken. In your next meeting, resist the urge to frame the problem yourself. Instead, pose this question to your team. What about this challenge feels different from what we have faced before? This question bypasses rehearsed answers and forces the team to grapple with the novelty of this problem. It surfaces the true messy complexity rather than allowing it to be shoehorned into a familiar box. Follow this with empowering the process. When a solution is presented, pause and ask a question. What is the one potential downside of this excellent idea that we should proactively address? This isn't pessimism, it is intellectual rigor. It transfers the burden of critical thinking from you as the sole evaluator to the team as co-architects of resilience. Finally, and most importantly, institutionalize the experiment in your organization. For every major challenge, make it a ritual to ask, what is the smallest, fastest, cheapest experiment we could run in the next 48 hours to test a piece of this? This shifts the culture from prediction to prototyping, from fearing failure to valuing learning velocity. It makes inquiry action-oriented, not academic. In your quiet moment, take time and reflect on these questions. When was the last time a team member proposed a solution that genuinely surprised you? And how did you react? What is a problem you are currently owning that if you were brutally honest, your team is more equipped to solve? What signal does your immediate answer to a problem send about your expectation of your team's intellect? I leave you with an inspirational challenge today. Make time out of your busy schedule. For one full day, impose upon yourself a single rule. You may not provide a direct solution to any problem brought to you. You may only ask questions. I said ask questions. Your questions can be sharp, guiding, and insightful, but they cannot contain the answer. When the urge to solve problem arises, and it will, like a reflex, close to your mouth. Just close your mouth. Open your curiosity. Answer questions based on curiosity. Document the frustration, the silence, and then the budding ideas that emerge from the people you have hired for their brilliance. You may just discover that the weight you have been carrying alone was never yours to bear in the first place. True leadership isn't about lightening the way. It is about awakening the collective capacity to generate light. Leadership is not the priesthood of having answers. It is the practice of cultivating questions that matter. Thank you for listening to me today. For more insight and engagement, I want to encourage you to send me an email at contactme@toyeshobande.com. Contactme@toyeshobande.com. And pay attention to the announcement right after this. See you next time and watch out for our next episode. Enjoy your day. Bye.